Majo John Madden, having been arrested in Orizaba, Mexico on Wednesday. I've been telling the stories of the 4 times I've been arrested in 4.5 years on the road. White, middle-class, intellectual, clinical psychologist, and management consultant, living on a Social Security check. This was a huge misunderstanding on Wednesday. I love Orizaba, and I've been going to a Zumba class in the fabulous park that I'm parked next to for a couple weeks now. And I don't do dancercise, I dance. So I go out there, and it's good music and a big Bocinas Bluetooth speaker and a beautiful park. I dance. And I stay in the back so as not to distract people. And I think some of the, mostly women, about 80 to 100 women out there with sprinkling of men. I think some of them don't like that I'm not doing what you're supposed to be doing, but I find that boring. And I came up with the idea of I'm going to offer an ecstatic dance class in the park. And went out there the other morning going, who here really wants to dance? Let's watch who's actually really dancing. And got fascinated with the handful of women who obviously were on the beat and really having fun. That I would recruit them if I get permission. I've already talked to the people at the culture office in the city hall, and I may get permission to do it. I don't know yet. But I thought I'll have handbills. I'll go up to some of these women and say, hey, you might want to check this out in the park. And after the dance was over, there was a teenage girl. I had her being 17. Turned out she was 15 and a minor. And I'm going, she's bored waiting for her mom to be finished talking with the other ladies. And she's dancing. She was not doing anything that was obvious dance, but some of it looked like modern dance and some of it looked like ballet. And I snapped some pictures just because I wanted to remember who she was. Well, they're serious in Mexico about not taking pictures of a minor without the parents' permission. And she did go to her mom and say, that man's taking pictures of me. Well, the mom was mother bear on steroids. And no way could I reason with her. She had me being a big perp and called the cops. And by the time the cops arrived, I had in my Google Translator, my Spanish is better but not perfect by any means, the whole story outlined in the Google Translator. And they bought it. They got it. They immediately dropped their guard and knew that I was not a perp. But and it's a trope in Mexico that you do not fuck with a Latina. Hell hath no fury. They won't yell, they won't scream, but they, by God, are not going to back down. And she was not going to back down. And these cops, 6 of them, with their AK-47s, could see that they were going to have one irate citizen who would give them hell forever if they didn't make her whole. So they arrested me. I was shocked when they told me to get in the position for handcuffs, but I knew it wasn't going to go super badly. And actually, when they dropped me off at the station house, and Mexican cops, I've had lots of dealings with them because I drive a camper van and park in random places, and they've all been good, almost all, one exception. But they're Mexican men tease. They have to tease. They can't not tease. And they always end up teasing me about the prangs on my car and my lousy Spanish. And it's fun. They're cute. And these guys were doing that. And I was trying to keep a straight face all the way down to the station house, which was a long ways, because they were so funny. Then when we pulled in at the police station, there were shouts and teases to everybody they passed. And one of them said to me before he left in his Google Translator app, you don't have to worry, this was a big administrative error. I think the Google Translator botched something he put in. You'll be out of here a free man in 12 hours. It turned out to be 11, which was some of the longest hours I've ever spent in my life. The big awful thing and big blessing of the whole experience was that in a jail that I think everything else I saw was respectful and professional. The kid who got put in the cell with me was drugged out, and just begging for medical attention. He said his arm was broken. It didn't seem to be broken. And one jailer came in and 6 feet away from me proceeded to kick the shit out of that kid. It was so incredibly terrifying. I think I helped to break it. I had the impulse to jump on him and try to break it up. And I never had the conscious thought, assaulting an officer, you are going to rot in the Mexican jail. No, I never had that thought, but I dropped the idea and just started screaming, and he stopped. But I promised that kid, I befriended that kid. We got to be buds by the end of the day, and when I left ahead of him, he reached his arm out and said, amigos forever. And I had told him, I'm going to get this story told. Someone's going to hear what he did to you. And I will, by God, find a smart way to do it. And my current vision is through the tourism department here, because Orizaba is always about happy and smiles and tranquility. She'll be shocked that I got arrested. She knows me by now. But she'll be horrified at what was going on, and we can brainstorm about what to do. So I was meant to be there. And my mantra for personal responsibility is, you saw it, now you own it. What are you going to do about it? And that's whether it's a piece of litter on the road, or a dog being abused, or a kid being abused. That's, life says, okay, bucko, you've got all these interpersonal communication skills, less in Spanish, but do something about it. And I will, by God. Okay, that's a wrap. My last arrest. We'll see, huh? We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Bye.